Right, guy. My name is Dishan from Dine Brown, and today in this video, I'm going to show you how to create, a backup uh, system for your project, especially when you are using Django. And in this tutorial, we're going to go step by step. In our first step, we are going to do backup manually, and I'm going to show you how to solve, some errors that sometime in your car when you're doing backup. And in next tutorial, we are going to create a real-time or automated script that will run simultaneously to making sure that all project or backup that you are doing you will set the specific time to for the script to do those backup instead of you coming every time and writing some codes and so that you can do a backup. But we're going to create a script of this. This one I created for checking, expired project. This I have already this project cell manager. This is a cell management system, especially if you have your store. You need to manage your store. This project is for cell management. And I created a script that helping me to track expired products in the database. So if there is a product that expired, so the script will track that product automatically and move it from the from the list of product that we have and put in another table in the database where contain all product that expired. So I'm using Celery. This is a just something is a tool that developed to conduct uh, or to run to conduct activity that are running simultaneously. So as you can see, this script level info. So in our next tutorial, we are going to use the same technique that we use here to making sure that the same script, the same technique that we use in this script to create this that checking expired project product. Sorry, we're going to use the same technique to uh, create a script that will help us to do backup. Because this one will do every night. The script will check expired products in the database and remove them from the list of product that we want to sell and put them in another in another table. And this will be something we call it bit, and this log level will be info. And if you run this, you'll see cell bit starting that bit starting. So it will check expired product in the database. So in the next tutorial, as I said, we're going to use the same technique to making sure that we fulfill our need. So I think we can start with our backup. We can start creating our our backup. you know so before we move, you need to have the following things. First, you need to have pp installed. You need to, if you're using MySQL, as I'm using MySQL database. I'm using MySQL database. So if you are using MySQL database, uh, you will need to have MySQL, client installed in your database, in your visual environment, like mine. So for example, I can say pip freeze. So to see how you can install this, yeah, if you're using MySQL database, you will need to have this MySQL client, this tool here. But if you are using something like PostgreSQL, you'll need another tool that's helping you to connect, my Postgre database. But for me, I'm using MySQL. If you're using SQLite3, don't worry. The same process will be done as as we are going to do it in MySQL database. So in my MySQL database, uh, so I'm using this database I sell to store my data. I have a lot of database here. I have attended, I've import MySQL, Sakila, and other, but I'm going to use, this in my backup, to do my operations, backup operations. So making sure that you already installed that, and you can say pip install my SQL, SQL client, and you'll find the notification that recommend already certified that I'm already installed. But if you're not, it will install the tool, and it will not take a lot of time based on your network also, uh, network speed. So after installing that, making sure that you already connect to your database and whatever. So first step, you need to say MySQL. This for test. I'm going to test dev data. If you say dev data, mean that uh, all data from your database will be taken to somewhere, with a specific format. Yeah, all this is my stuff in the database. You know, all this. This is the data that stored in the SQL database. So we need to take this data from the database and to dump them somewhere in the file, so that in the next time, for example, if maybe our system corrupt, we'll need to use the same data to store, to return them in our database. So in order to do that, I'm going to say py manage .py dump data, as we said before. For now, we're going to write the name of the file that we need, to do backup from. And we're going to say this will be data.json. We're going to store our data in a JSON file. And if you see all this data in JSON format, so we cannot store them in other format. If you're dumping data from the Django database, all data are coming in a JSON format. So just why we are going to store our data in a JSON file. So after that, okay, our backup is finished, right? And if you open the file, let me let me format no, my file to see data clearly. So if you scroll up, you'll find a lot, admin log entry. This is our logs that we are generating, because I just configure these activities. so that you can track all activity that are going on in the database. This is a log entry, all this data are from our database. You perform change, delete, name, product specification. Okay, I delete. All these are data from the database. And so what we need to do now, I'm going to show you how to return this data, because sometimes when you are returning this data into the database, maybe there's a lot of error that may occur maybe sometimes. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to making sure that I'm deleting everything from my database. I'm going to delete everything from my database. So I'm going to drop this database and I'm going to create it again so that I can lose everything. I'm going to assume that I'm going to lose everything. So I'm going to say drop database and I'm going to call it HiSeller. Boom, 22 rows affected. Okay, so I'm going to create another database and I'm going to call it the same name, HiSeller. Sorry. Okay. Database HiSeller. Boom. And I'm going to grant privilege. Grant or privileges on HiSeller with everything to who? To DDM. To making sure that this user have full privilege to our database. Okay, and then I'm going to flash privileges. Boom. Okay, we done. So what I'm going to do here, making sure that our data remain, and I'm going to make a migration as usual, making sure that we are taking configuration that we did yeah, in our database models, and to shift in to our database to create those tables so that our data can be arranged as required. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say by manage make migration as usual. Okay, no changes detected. Okay, we're going to say migrate so that we can migrate our data. Okay, we already create all those things. So what I'm going to do now is to making sure that we are loading back our data that we back up from the system. So we are going to load them back, to our database. So what we are going to do now is to making sure that we are running the same command that we did before. But this now, instead of writing that dump data, uh, you know, command, we are going to write load, load data. And this data, we are going to load them from where? We're going to load them from data.json. Here, here's where we store our data. So let us try to load our data to see if our data are going to be loaded successfully or not. I'm going to click enter. Boom, we got error, duplicate entry 1 for key out. Okay, so in order to save, okay, as I said before, you may do backup from for your database, but at the end of the day you will find a lot of of error. There is other people, for example, when they need to do backup, they say dump data, you know and then they are saying natural whatever for a key and whatever. As you can see, I do it manually. So in here, what are we going to do? because we already get notification that this user primary key is what is duplicated. So we are going to exclude this database, this table, to exclude it, so that we cannot include it. Especially we're going to, yes. So in order to do that, we are going to say pi manage dot pi. We're going to write uh, short term of exclude, and then we're going to specify the name of the name of the table that causing problem. Exclude. Okay. uh, Load data, I forget this. And if we load data, what are we going to exclude? We're going to exclude that database, and we are going to say we are going to load them from data.json. So boom, we get another. This one feature, the primary key has invalid for the key database. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, let me do one thing here. Go to my data and check. First, we need to return back. Let me check this again. First, we get here in here auth token. Okay, what are we going to do? We are going to exclude this table that contain tokens, because I'm using REST framework for authentication. you know uh, so I'm using REST framework authentication tokens, because my project including a lot of application. I'm using mobile application with the same project, but also I'm using desktop application with the same project and the same database. So I made some configuration, some tokens that are communication, so that to allow user to be authenticated. So let me find this authent token. Okay, let me find it out. Open here. So this one here, I'm going to exclude it, so that we're making sure that we are not going to get the same error that we get previously. So let me try again. Boom, we got another error, right? Okay, after exclude the database, you can see that we get another error, user profile, right? Okay, as I did before, we're going to copy the same thing, and we are going to increase it here. Yeah, this is a way to solve those errors, and this is working for me in every yes. Let us exclude again this one. Okay, like some statement, and again run the code. Boom. So after excluding all those things, we finally get the success message that says install 31 objects of 137 from one fixture, right? Okay, that mean our project was everything is going well. So I'm going to say py manage the py run server once again without creating any super user and whatever, because the super user also was already installed from the backup. So now if I'm going to say use seller, okay, database change, and I'm going to say show tables, and I need to check if I have any user from my database. Select everything from this one. Hmm? Okay, I forget to write from. Hmm. What's going on here? Ah, fuck. I need to write down the, yes. Okay, if I now if I run the command, adding two user. I have two user now in my database, so it means our command run successfully. So guys, again, that is the only way you can do all those things, but I know there's a lot of way out there, but this one I'm only using for my projects, and I have a lot of projects run out there, and I create a automated script to manage all those backups, and trust me, it's work. My last project that I did, it was broken last 2 days, and because I was doing backup every night, so I managed to return the project online. So, and I managed to do that by using these techniques, and it is simple and easy to do. So let me in next video, and in next video we are going to create a script that will be automated, and it will run several always, not several times, but it will run always. This one up here is doing this script is not stopping until I kill it. So it will check the backup every single time. When it reaches the time that I set, it will check the expired product in a database. So thanks for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like our channel. Leave your comment if you have something we can share, and because in a technology there's no end of school, so we are learning every day. So if you have a comment or you have something, please feel free to share with me. Thanks. Next time.